the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And as you can see, it's time to go back to the theater. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 big releases coming out this weekend. But the first one, well, you could say maybe it's not quite big. My review of the 2019 comedy Little, coming up now. Jordan Sanders is a successful and wealthy businesswoman who worked hard to get where she is because of being bullied as a young girl. Now she does the bullying as all of her employees are afraid to say the wrong thing or even look at her the wrong way or they'll pay the consequences. One day she's mean to a young girl performing magic tricks who wishes that Jordan would be small again. To the surprise of everyone, the next morning when Jordan awakes, she finds herself in the body of her 13-year-old self. With the help of her overworked assistant, April, Jordan must go back to school and try to win over a big client, but will she be able to become an adult again? So what did I think of Little? I thought it's an average comedy. Oddly enough, it's the second movie in a 2-week period that drew inspiration from the movie Big and was actually pitched to the studio by Marsai Martin, who's also the film's executive producer, the youngest to hold such a credit on any major Hollywood production. Now, I did laugh here more than I expected to, and I laughed out loud a couple of times. Unfortunately, most of the best gags are already shown in the trailers for the film. There's also a number of jokes that felt awkward, like seeing the young Jordan hitting on older guys like her teacher. That's played for laughs, but sometimes just feels a little odd. The story can be fairly easy to predict, as we've seen this type of redemption movie before, but it does have some nice Christmas Carol-esque messages. The film can be heartfelt as well, with little Jordan befriending a trio of outcasts at school and bonding with April and seeing things through a different perspective. It's also the kind of movie that has terrible teachers, and the bullies pretty much run the school and put the teachers in their places, which is about as far-fetched as the film's premise. We also get a random musical number that just feels out of place and doesn't quite work. Some subplots start up and just die off minutes later, and some big unanswered questions still linger when the credits come up. It's definitely a movie that you will have a better time with if you don't think about it too hard. Also, the ending kind of drags and goes on for longer than you think it might. There were some good performances here, though, from Regina Hall as Jordan Sanders, the tech mogul and boss from hell, who's turned back into a child, and Marsai Martin, who plays the younger version of Jordan, who must deal with going back to school and thinking fast with stories on who she is and where the adult version of her went. Issa Rae as April, Jordan's assistant and the only person who knows what happened to her, and takes over her role until she can figure out what's going on. Justin Hartley as Mr. Marshall, Jordan's teacher, and Tone Bell as Preston, April's co-worker who have crushes on each other. Little is a comedy that tries to do something different with the body-swapping gimmick, but doesn't deliver as much as it could have. I'm gonna give it the rating of meh. It's okay. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WesTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and Instagram @WesAlist. Until next time, Troop out.